Hi, in today's instruction video, we'll be looking at the wind side of things as we did the last time we had for solar. So for the wind, is pretty straightforward, it's easy as the solar was. So we're trying, the aim here is to design a wind, a micro wind turbine with relating to our load. So just a recap, the first step is to list the number of appliances from one to just any amount you have. Second step is to enter the power rating of each appliances. The third step is to enter the operating hours of each of the appliances per day. By doing all of these first three steps, we'll have the total worth of all the appliances. Similarly, we'll also have the total energy demand per day in watt hour. In this case, we have the 3,300 watts hour, which is 3.3 kilowatt hour when converted. So this section of the wind turbine, most likely you meet it empty at zero, or so to design a wind turbine in this case, you need to know two things. First, you need to know the wind speed of your location. So this you can get from Atlas Global Wind Map. In our case scenario, we are using 5 meters per second, right? And the rotor diameter. Rotor diameter in this case signifies the area that is swept by the wind turbine. So to match the particular power that you need, in this case, the watts of the load, you alter the rotor diameter. So in very small wind turbine, the application is between 1.25 to about 5. When they were household, between 5 and 10. So we'll just peg it as somewhere as we check for 5. With 5 meters, we are getting 601 watts, which is way bigger than this is an oversized system. So obviously more expensive. So you have to reduce the rotor diameter. You can have a rotor diameter of 3, and you're getting to 206 watts, which is quite lower than what is the load demand. So we could look at the point of 4.5. So this gives you an idea of what the power output you have for the micro wind turbine and the area that it will cover. So this is fair. You had a 480 watts, which is sufficient to power your 350 watt load. And in this case, because it's a micro wind turbine, most of the outputs they're in DC. So we will need an inverter as well in the setup to convert the AC, the DC to AC. So this capacity is DC. It converts it to, you need about 600 watts inverter to convert the power from DC to AC. And in this case, if you want to go for autonomy, you can also have a 3 battery setup of 100 amp hour each, right? So, but in most rural areas where storage might not be considered because of cost, this battery sizing can be excluded. But in a whole system where you want to have backup in the case of low wind speed and what have you would most likely have a backup solution in place. And again, just to state the obvious, as we have said yesterday, it's a disclaimer that this is just an instructive tool and is not exhaustive in its representation. If you want a more robust and system or a more detailed explanation or implementation of what you have seen, we advise that you seek professional advice within your locality. Thank you.